Namaste. Welcome everybody. Today is Monday the 20th of April, and we're now going into week 4, I think, of lockdown. I won't keep saying it because I keep saying it, but strange days indeed. The weather has been just fantastic again. I mean, we've just been out for our afternoon walk and the sky is so blue. So even though things are pretty grim, the world around us is still looking very beautiful and very lovely. Lots of blossom, lots of flowers. So I think the thing to take out of this is that if you can find mindful moments in your day just to appreciate nature, appreciate the things all around you, and just try and switch off from the stress which we find everywhere and all the awful stories as soon as you either put on your computer or your television or your phone or Facebook or anything. There are always these, stories of people dying or getting ill and what have you. So just try and find that nice spot somewhere where you can just close off from it all. Anyway, just to explain what we're doing, I have just uploaded, I've made a page on my website which now has links to all of the YouTube videos, so you can go in there, find any. I mean, I hadn't really realised actually how many I've done. So all the videos are there. I'm obviously going to keep adding them there. I've also shared it out because I'm aware that there are a few people who don't actually do Facebook. So I've been keeping in touch with some of them via WhatsApp, but then everything there is for people now to go in and access. So what are we doing this week? Well, this week I've just actually written down a plan. I've decided, some of you will have remembered I read from my, this is my big thick manual that I had for a couple of years ago when I was doing my teaching. One of the things that we had to do was to plan a 10-week programme, and in that 10-week programme you had to structure your class with different things. Now obviously I've done these sessions a little bit differently in that some of them are round a theme rather than round a full structured class, because obviously a full structured class should take up to an hour. But what I've decided to do from today, and I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 this week, is to actually use a class format and develop it over the days of the week. So this class format goes from, we start off as always with a warm-up or relaxation warm-up, so a couple of breaths, mobilisation, which can take, in a class sometimes that can take up sort of like 10-15 minutes, but we'll do that quite quickly. Rounds of the sun salutation, again we'll just do one each side, and then moving through a series of asanas or postures. So what I've done is I've taken the sequence, the postures that we're meant to do one each of, and I will be working through that today. So I'm thinking it'll probably be between 20 and 30 minutes, I don't know, because obviously, as you know, I get carried away, I might witter on. So basically we're going to do a warm-up sun salutation. First posture we do is a balance. I'm going to use warrior 2 as our balance. We're not strictly on one foot, but it is classed as a balance. Then we do a lateral extension, which can either be something like triangle or revolve triangle, or extended side angle. So we're going to be doing extended side angle. Then an inversion stroke flexion. Now flexion is when we take the spine forward, and an inversion at the same time. This sounds complicated, but it's basically just a forward fold, so we'll do a few of those. Then we move to doing seated postures, so we're going to do cobbler's pose, everyone's favourite, and then a rotation, which is a spinal twist, half Lord of the Fishes, and then finally a backward bend stroke extension. So a flexion, if you imagine we're taking the spine forward, an extension we're taking it back, and we're going to do Sphinx and or Cobra. So that's the plan for today. Just checking the timing. I've already whizzed on now for about 5 minutes. So anyway, pop those there and we are ready to begin. So we're going to begin our mobilisation just very gently. We're going to do it in a seated position. But obviously before we're going to do that, we're just going to do our focusing inward on the breath. So once you're in your lovely seated position, just be aware of your breath. Feel gently coming in and out of the nose. Feel the temperature of the air as it comes in. As it comes in, it will be cooler. And then warmer as the breath leaves the body. One more. Inhale and exhale through the nose, slowly and gently. And then we're ready to begin. So you're going to take your feet out in front of you and bring the spine nice and tall, and we're going to start by mobilising our right ankle. So grab hold of that left foot, hug it in as you then take your right foot out, trying to keep the spine tall, and we're just going to rotate that foot clockwise and then anti-clockwise, and then point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Bring the foot in, we do the same on the other side, so left foot out, rotating clockwise, and then anti-clockwise, and then point, flex, point, flex, point, and flex. And then bring both knees in and just hug the knees in and take a little rock from side to side on the sitting bones. When you're ready, let's just lift both feet off the floor. Point and flex the toes. You'll feel that a little stretch, tightness in the abdominal muscles. And then bring your feet down. Take the legs out in front of you, walk from side to side, and then you're going to take your left hand down on the mat. Inhale the right arm over and take a stretch. Come back, over to the left. Inhale back, exhale, left, inhale up, down to the right, inhale left arm, exhale over to the right, last one, and back, and then left, and then all the way back. For our twist, you can either keep your legs out, or if you want to come back into a cross-legged position, I'll leave it up to you. Bringing the arms up, left over right, right over left. I've done it the wrong way round, you know what I mean. Inhale, spine is tall, we're going to take a twist to the left and back, to the right, inhale back, exhale left, inhale centre, exhale right, inhale centre, last one, left, centre, and then right, and then back, release the hands down. So we've done our twist, we've done our side extension, we're now going to come up onto all fours, and we're going to do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. So when you're ready, inhaling up, and then exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Let's take a nice big stretch in wide-kneed child, toes to touch, knees to edge of them, and just fly that big stretch forward, head down to the mat. And then when you're ready, we're back onto all fours. We're going to come up to a standing and go straight into our sun salutation. So right foot comes forward, tuck left under, and then we're ready to come up. So inhaling, the arms all the way back up, palms to touch, and we are ready to begin. Inhale up, exhale down, and we're going to take the right leg back, untuck the knee, look forward, hands down to the mat, push back into plank, knees down, untuck your toes, rolling forward, Sphinx or Cobra, tucking toes under. Let's push back in downward dog. Let's just take an extra little pedal through here today, easing the heels down to the mat, and then when you're ready we're going to take the left knee forward, followed by the right, should have been foot not knee, inhaling all the way back to centre. Now we're going to do the same on the other side, inhaling up, exhaling down. This time left foot comes back, we untuck our toe, looking forward in our runner's lunge. Hands push down onto the mat, push that right foot back. Let's just take 3 in plank here, 2 and 3. Knees down, untuck those toes. Pushing back, coming forward, Sphinx or Cobra. Tuck your toes under. We'll do another little pedal out in downward dog. When you're ready. Pedal through. Push back, and then you're going to bring that right foot forward. So left knee gets dropped, right swings forward, and then we inhale all the way up, a little bit close to the wall there. Coming back to centre. If you did ever want to make any of these practices longer, you could always pause this, do another couple of rounds if you need to. I think everyone is knowing where they are with those at the moment. Okay, so with this practice as well, we're going to sort of be going back to basics. I've had a couple of people ask me for more beginners oriented videos, so you can do whichever version you want, but obviously we're just going to go through and check in with all the things that we should be doing in each of the postures. So posture number 1, which is our balance, Virabhadrasana, warrior, warrior 2. So when you're ready, take those feet 2 to 3 feet apart, make sure you're nice and lined up. If you want to give the shoulders a wiggle, spine is tall, we're not taking the hips forward or back, nice and neutral, and then when you're ready we're turning that right foot out. Making sure you're aligned, left toes are slightly in, bring your hips square to the front. Then when you're ready, inhale the arms up, they are parallel with the floor. Check the alignment. Then when you're ready, you're turning and you're putting a right angle in that front right knee, making sure that that knee is level with those middle 2 toes. Knee is stacked over the ankle, and the gaze is forward, and then we're just going to hold this. So this is holding a posture is the traditional hatha way of undertaking a posture, keeping your gaze in front of you. You'll start to feel it in your arms. If you have any tension in your neck, then just soften the neck, don't twist too much. We're looking, our drishti are those middle 2 fingers. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly we straighten the front leg. The arms come down, you're probably feeling that in your arms. Roll the shoulders back and then forward. And then we're taking ourselves around to the opposite direction. Again, line yourself up nicely. So making sure we've got our heel lined up with the arch of our foot. Our hips are facing forward to begin with. Inhaling those arms up. checking we're nice and straight and aligned. I can only ever check this on the video afterwards. And then when you're ready, we turn. Exhale a right angle in that front left leg. Now, the other thing I should have said is, well, we ground down with the back edge of the back foot. And then when you're feeling nice and strong, don't be afraid to adjust yourself so that you're comfortable in your posture. So to talk a few benefits here, obviously it is good for balance and coordination, really, really good for the upper arms, building strength in those quadriceps, and it's a lovely balancing posture, a strong posture. So if you wanted an affirmation when we're doing warrior, it is I am strong. You see, I noticed my back arm was dropping there. When you're ready, straighten the front leg, arms come down, we come in, roll the shoulders back and forward. So I think, as you'll appreciate, when we're doing a hatha session, it's challenging in a different way. So obviously a vinyasa, which is a flow, with the strength in that comes from the coordination, the flowing, the movement from one posture to another. Whereas with hatha, it is obviously holding that, sending your breath to places again where maybe when we're doing yin, where you're feeling a little bit discomfort, like your shoulders or that front knee. Obviously discomfort meaning that it's discomfort coming from holding the posture, not from pulling the muscle or anything like that. Okay, so that's posture number one. I'm now going to have to remind myself, I sat in the garden writing this all out this afternoon. So, balance. Next is our lateral extension, which is our extended side angle. So, familiar because we're going to use the same leg orientation. So, feet are nice and wide. And again, there are lots of options here for those people that want to go a bit further. I'll take you through all of them. So when you're ready, you're going to take that right foot out. Left turns in slightly. We're lining up as always. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale the arms up. And then, as if we're going into our warrior two, you're bending that front, in fact we are going into warrior two, we're bending that front leg. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bend the right arm and we're going to come down. Okay, and I'm going to show you the different variations here. So again, we're keeping that knee over the ankle, we're grounding down through the back edge of that left foot, and we can rest our arm on the top thigh. Now, number one, we'll all do this together. Take your hand to your waist. And then we're opening up all the way through the chest. Gaze is forward. Hold here for 2 breaths. If you now want to take the arm up and over to take a deeper side stretch, then you can. Now I'm just going to come back to here because I'm going to show you, if you want to actually go even deeper, you can take your hand all the way down to the floor. So we can do it from here, or we can take the arm over here. So again, I'll leave you to find whichever version you want to do for 2 more breaths. You can turn your hand to look under your armpit if you wish. And then slowly we come back, bring the hand up to the waist, push off from wherever you are, arms come back up. Lazy there, I straighten my leg before I should do. Straighten your leg, arms come down, feet flip in, roll the shoulders. We're now going to do the same on the other side. So, hips are to the front, inhale up, check your alignment. Exhale the right angle in that front knee, and we're looking forward. Bend your elbow. Hand comes to the waist and really feel pulling that shoulder back, opening up through the chest. Keeping the right angle in that front leg. The arm can come over. And again, it's up to you if you want to take yourself a bit further by coming down. If we actually had a block, I'm going to get all my blocks and everything, they're all left at the village hall. So whichever version you want to do, I'm just going to stay here for now as I'm talking. One more breath. And then let's bring the elbow back. And then we push all the way back up. Take one final breath in Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg. Bring the arms down. Flip the feet in. Come back to centre. And just take a couple of breaths here, just recover. I forgot to bring some water up for a drink. Okay, now we're going to do our flexion with a inversion. That means taking the head below the heart. If you're not comfortable with doing that, high blood pressure or problems with balance, dizziness, then just keep the head above the heart, and I'll show you what to do. Okay then, so I'm going to face this way so you can see. Very, very simple. Inhale the arms up. Palms are facing together. Spine is long and tall. Just find that lovely tall spine. Feel the energy, the prana running between the two palms. Then when you're ready, bend your knees and take the body forward. Now for our halfway lift, we inhale up. We're going to take the spine forward, and we're all going to do this to begin with, so hopefully the back is flat. Take the hands wherever is comfortable. You can have them on the knees, a bit further down. But the idea is we're extending through the tailbone all the way through to the crown of the head. Bend the knees and release. And then inhale all the way back up. And then exhale to come all the way back down. This time, if you're comfortable keeping that head down, you might even want to bend the knees, or in fact let's all do, let's bend the knees, head is down, and then let's take the hands behind the knees. Clasp the tops of the arms, and then slowly peel up. I'm getting cramp. Roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Okay, we'll do one more, whichever version you want to do. So you can have your back flat, you can take the spine forward, or you can bend the knees and hug in round the legs. So when we're ready, inhale up. We all do this one together. Find that stretch, keeping tension away from the neck. Bend your knees as we come down. And then either a halfway lift with the back straight, or taking the head forward, pulling the head in towards the knees, or finally bending the knees and hugging in with the hands, holding them behind the knees. One more breath in whichever version of the posture you're in. And then inhale all the way up. Arms are stretched up. And then we release. So, time now to sit down. And we're going to do our two seated postures, which are our cobbler's pose and half Lord of the Fishes. So, we're not going to do a balancing cobbler's pose, we're literally just going to do the cobbler's pose. So if you remember, cobblers or butterfly, we bring